before I forget. Yesterday's YouTube live stream did not go live for some reason, so let me just double check and make sure that it is. Okay, this time it worked. All right, I guess. Weird. It's fine. It will when they change the XYZ to LUF. Left, up, forward. God. Why? It feels like a decision that was made by like a higher up that just got tunnel visioned on an idea and then they just stuck with it. And then everyone else underneath had to pay the price. Why? Like, they were asking the wrong questions. They were asking, can we do this? But the question should have been, should we do this? Why? It's like the left, up, forward shit. Why not? Sounds fun. I don't know, it's fucking stupid, man. It's dumb. It's silly. It's a silly waste of time, in my opinion, but I'm not everyone, so. Is the standard in the industry? Instead of calling it left, up, forward? Is the stream lagging for you guys? Or is it just me looking at OBS? I think one big thing we want to focus on for the playtest is make sure that we're not spawning too many enemies at once. It just looks so overwhelming having this many enemies on screen. Trying to think, what can we do to make the attacks more interesting? But honestly, I don't think that's our I don't think that's our problem right now for the test. I forgot to add everyone on Discord. Let me do that before I forget. Okay, so is it feasible to find free gun sound effects? You probably could, but keep in mind that you're probably going to find sound effects that other people have found, so it's gonna sound like everything out there. To be fair, even if you buy sound library, it's probably going to sound like everything out there too if you don't make any edits to it. Hey, Bafro. Scotty, hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Don't tell me I should make it? Nah, man. I don't even edit my sound effects. I just throw that shit in there. Actually, I'm still waiting on the Boom library shit that I bought. I'm really curious what kind of sound effects are in there. Okay. Next piece of the puzzle. Like, obviously, we should fix up the enemy spawning. We do need to find a way to regenerate health. Can you teach us how do you put your deadline in place and how you organize your work? I'm not the best person for this type of question, to be honest, man, because I'm a huge culprit of procrastination and whatnot. Organizing, I'm using Notion to keep track of features, ideas, tasks, etc., etc. Deadline, I'm just, for this project, I'm being very strict about prototyping and playtesting and whatnot, so I have a date set for our first like prototype playtest to get a feel for like how people think about it and whatnot, and then kind of give myself a sprint timeline, I guess, like a due date to work towards, because I think having due dates is good. Otherwise, we'll probably be sitting here forever again, pulling another suit for hire for 5 years. So I'd want to avoid that, even though I'm just not, I don't use my time very wisely either, to be fair. Yeah, I missed an hour already. There was like a 20-minute intro because I had a bunch of shit that came up that I had to do, and then various other things. But yeah, I'm not the best like person when it comes to that, Afro. Like, you know, I can talk the talk, but when it comes to doing it, I'm not the best at following my own advice. So, yep. Still helpful? Hey, hell yeah. I'd say find the thing that works for you. You know what I mean? Sometimes it comes through discovery. Some people find that just having a list like this is fine. It does get a little overwhelming for myself too, to be fair. So I would recommend check out Trello. Check out, you know, whatever works best for you. If pen and paper works for you, use a pen and paper. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would recommend. Just find the thing that works and stick with it. Golden. Something I'm thinking of doing. Got my new headphones yesterday. Which ones did you get? Bose QC Ultra Gen 2. I don't think I've ever had a pair of Bose headphones before. Let's just fuck with some stuff. Maybe we can... Let's get the dopamine going. Let's get started on experience. Or maybe like leveling or something. I don't know. How are we going to do this? Nothing says dopamine like a fishing minigame. No, we're not doing a fishing minigame. Chat, come on. God, what's with you guys in fishing? Hey, what up, Sonny? Do we do... what was our original design? Did we think of doing like an experience system for the items, or just more like Risk of Rain style, where you just pick up items? Did you ever make it back to the main trail? Or are we still lost in the woods? I see it as we're in the woods, but we see the trail on the side. You know, we're kind of just lurking in the woods a little bit, but we see the trail. It's just kind of like, you know, maybe it's, you know, maybe we find a different trail that's not fucking ass. It's like the trail's wet. Design a gameplay loop, even a very simple one, just so you can orient around it. Going in dark is impossible. Let's just get the overall gameplay loop for this prototype going, and then we can kind of figure out the rest. Just right now, the combat, it's something there. It's kind of fun, but it gets stale. That's my problem with it. That's my problem right now, is that it gets so fucking stale. But let's see if maybe by continuing to add more shit, it's gonna like fix any of our problems. I guess it's just a case of just throwing it in. There was cinema mode for watching movies and USB-C audio. Oh, very interesting, very interesting. I think my problem with this project is, while there are other games that I can take inspiration and reference from, I'm also kind of thrown in a direction where I have to kind of figure it out a little bit for the type of game that we're trying to make. That's I think the challenge. With other game types like a shooter or whatever, you could just fucking just look at shit that works and just go with it. It's kind of it's a little bit of like there's a little bit of like a niche element here of not necessarily coming up with new shit, but trying to work around what to put in. We tried speeding up the animations a lot. I like where they're at speed-wise right now. After we adjusted them, we went like relatively slow, then we went really fast. Really fast felt too fast. So I think we're kind of in a relatively healthy middle ground. I think might be that the character movement's too fast now. Maybe we overtuned the movement of the player character now. Might be that we overtuned the enemies. I don't know. But honestly, it doesn't feel bad. I think it could just be like, might just need to give the enemies some hit animations. I don't think physical animation will be enough. We might need to blend in some actual hit animations in there. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Let me focus on that element. Like, we do have some beginnings for it, but maybe we need to work more in that direction. I gotta say, the spider, dealing with a spider is kind of fucking annoying. It's actually more cumbersome than anything. I think it might be his anticipation frames. Not enough anticipation. Like, the grunt doesn't look too bad when he gets hit, but, you know, could probably make some improvements there. I do think it'd be interesting if the grunts also block. But let's get started on let's start putting in like the item system or like the level up system or whatever. Because I do think that is something it's something that I think would help. What's the idea for this game? It's a fantasy action roguelite, kind of like Risk of Rain structure, but with Dark Messiah style, Dishonored style combat, a little bit of Doom. That's kind of like the vision slash idea slash direction. But it's just a matter of fucking around with it, you know what I mean? Trying to mess around with it. Yeah. Let's try slowing down the character movement speed again. What do we so we went from 400 to 475. Let's try 425. Have I submitted any bug reports to Epic? Probably in the past. Not as of late. I think it'd be cool. Can we somehow make the light attacks more interesting? Like, I'm thinking, like, we were talking about yesterday, making it so it's like when you hit an enemy, you can, like, speed up your attacks a little bit. I am using gas, but not for everything. Like, the melee attacks and stuff like that, I'm using my own thing. But, like, the abilities like the fireball and spells, that's all gas. Them going through the wall, pretty sure that's gas. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Could be the nav mesh walking, for some reason pushing them in the wall. I don't know. wish I knew. Pretty sure let's see, if I set them to just walking. That being said, I think they have certain systems that will change their movement type. Like ragdolling. I think ragdolling is the only... Oh, but ragdolling actually sets them to walking. It doesn't even set them to nav mesh walking. Interesting. Any particular reasons to not use gas for your melee attacks? Mainly because I'm a noob. I'm a noob with the gas still, so that's probably the biggest one, to be honest. How did he die in one hit? He's still going on the wall, even with regular walking movement mode. Dude, I don't know. I have a feeling it's a bug in 5.6, but I don't want to blame it on a bug. It could be me, could be user error. It could very well be just a user error. I don't know. Need an area. Yeah, I don't want to focus on too many animation related stuff now, but for sure. I literally don't know why. Like sweep while nav walking, maybe we need that. For some reason it's turned off. I got influenced, got myself kombucha. What was the brand you recommended the other day to someone? Rise. Rise. But the thing is, I don't know if you'd be able to find this anywhere else other than like in Canada. If you ever see, it looks a bit like this. Shit's fucking good, man. But as far as I know, it's only in Canada. I told someone about it in the US, and they're like in Michigan, and they weren't able to find it. So I think it is probably just a Canadian thing. Maybe add some sort of temporary power to the weapons, like a flaming sword or something. I just don't think doing things like that, while it sounds cool, I just don't think that is a solution to the problem, which is like, obviously we need to work on the rest of the stuff. Right. Honestly, it's fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun. I think there's elements that make it maybe frustrating. Maybe adding some reward for killing enemies will help out a lot. I think so. I think you're right, Fi. I think the problem right now is there's no. It's all risk, no reward. So I think solving the reward aspect might be the element to fix up. I was thinking one thing we could do is we could add a system where enemies will become can become like, what's the word what's the word I'm looking for? Like softened, and if you melee attack them in that mode, they like give you health or something like that. Maybe we make it so we don't do that on a random basis. Maybe, well, we do on a random basis. But we make it so certain enemies that have health that you can get by killing them, maybe we like attach like a visual element to them so you can like look out for enemies that could give you health. That could be maybe a cool idea. Your reward is that you get to progress to the next level. That could be like a factor. Maybe we just need to put in the fucking like element of progressing from level to level or something. Already feels better feel than Mega Bonk. Yeah, but I think Mega Bonk has more meat. And it's easier for it to reach that meat, I think, from a design aspect. Which is great. Oh, we'll see. I'm more, I think this is going to be a nice, like, medium duration project. Like, this will probably take like a year, I think. Whereas the Friend Slop game, I think I'm thinking more 3 to 6 months development time. Hopefully. We'll fucking see, dude. The amount of, you know when those Friend Slop games are like, yeah, it took us 3 months to develop it. The thing is, it took three months for them because they already had prior experience with multiplayer. They had prior experience with, you know what I mean? Like, I think the whole thing about, oh, it only took us 3 months, I think is a huge misdirection that a lot of people will think, oh, well, yeah, but then. Slop. Friend Slop is the genre! What if the Friend Slop game Giga takes off? Will you continue this or go all in on that? I think it depends. I don't know. Not having a program AI probably helps too. Well, the Friend Slap game would need AI because it's kind of, without giving too much, it's just a lot of like repo / lethal company elements. So there will still be AI. So it's going to be quite a bit of quite the learning journey. But I think still probably simpler than a lot of things. So it's probably still a very good like first step into multiplayer. Most of what it'll be is how do we make inventories / items replicated in a optimized way. We don't want to spawn all of the items in the level. We want to have them like periodically appear when needed. But then how do we keep that consistent across clients? You know what I mean? That's an interesting element to take into account. Maybe we do spawn them all on the server, but maybe we just like make relevancy ranges much smaller for the player characters. That's also another idea. We don't need to follow, what's the regular relevancy range? 25,000, I think. Is 25k the regular distance? I'm pretty sure it is. We could probably make it way smaller for a Friend Slop game. But then we probably have to take voice chat into consideration. If I were to guess, voice chat takes into account relevancy range. If I were to guess. So if you were to have a radio, but the relevancy is much farther, can you override relevancy for specific actors? Like the relevancy range for specific actors? Can you do that? Or specific components? You can? Okay, we're good then. I could probably figure that out. Yep, Sass. Yeah, I think I'm mentally prepared for multiplayer. Right? I think I'm mentally prepared for it. And I've been doing a lot of research for like months now about, you know, trying to slowly learn methodologies about it and whatnot. It's just about putting into practice. So, and I've had a little bit of experience with replication in the past. It's just, it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good. It didn't run the best. You know, it didn't run the best. So, yeah. Multiplayer is really not hard for a slop game. You can be really lazy. I don't want to be too lazy with it. I still want it to run well. I think another big challenge is optimizing UE to work on a more broader mid to low range specs. I feel like that's a big thing for FriendSlop, is accessibility. I feel like accessibility is a huge one. Okay, hold on, I'm thinking. The prototype's going to be a bit different, Bane, from the regular game, but we cut out the whole idea of 100 floors. That's like way too much. I think the current design idea is you go through 5 floors, each floor being a different realm / theme. But it wouldn't really look like this. It would probably be a lot more open, Risk of Rain kind of style, probably. I don't know. We'll see. If anything, this could end up being fucking changed too. You know what I mean? Like, this could end up being completely changed up. So we'll see. We shall see. Which note-taking app is that? Notion. Notion. In the future, everyone will have a Steam Cube so they can run all games ever, I hope. Surely. Surely the Steam Cube will run everything. I might, I definitely do want to learn PCG. It is on my developer learning list. Learn more PCG, but it's on like, it's kind of on like the bottom of my list versus the other things that I kind of want to focus on. But I did think about it. I was like, maybe we use PCG to like randomize the arena a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I also don't even know if we'll do like dungeons instead. I don't know yet. I don't know if we want to do big open kind of plains, kind of like Risk of Rain style, or do we want to go kind of dungeon-esque? Do we want to go with this kind of structure, but maybe larger? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. How about dark underground hallways? You mean dungeons? You mean dungeons. Yes, of course. Dungeons. Yes. Okay, so current thing is being able to replenish health. I think it'd be cool to be able to melee attack an enemy and you regain health from them if they're And I think it'd be cool that we use the melee attacks for that. That way we can give them a little bit more life. Taking the Lens Island approach in my game, single player first, then add multiplayer if I have something fun. Honestly, at that point, I would just make a different game. To be honest, because it sounds like fucking hell. Trying to figure out how to. You know, it sounds like absolute hell trying to figure out how to add multiplayer on top of a fully fledged system with a lot of code that you probably used as a way of learning. You know what I mean? Like that's a big thing too. Okay, so we need to determine, well, multiple things. Right now, when you deal damage to an enemy, we're not sending a specific, like, indicator of what kind of damage it is. So we need to add that to our damage actor stuff. We have a source, we have an impulse. But I think we might want like a damage type. And I think we want to do that with tags. That might be a smart idea. What can we call that? Damage tags? Is everything melee based in this game? No, it's actually the trifecta. There's melee, magic. I haven't done too much with the abilities yet, which is why I don't use them too much in testing. And then the bow, which I also haven't been using too much. But once I make those have their place in the game, I think it'll be good. So there's literally, the player character is a bit of, they're a little bit of everything. Damage tags. Okay, I like the idea of tags because then we can associate a container with them. We can associate more custom stuff with them. Very cool. I like that. I'm a fan. Okay, good. Cool. Okay. That means that now we can create a damage type tag called melee. I guess we'll just put that under ability. Yeah, sure. Ability damage type dat melee. You have a game at least when you make a multiplayer? Yeah, I guess it's just I guess it's just a matter of what is your patience. You know what I mean? Like, and I think the other question is if the game's design complements multiplayer. You know, there are some people asking for Suit for Hire to be multiplayer, and I'm like, Suit for Hire doesn't really make sense in multiplayer. I think if it did make sense, I would probably consider it as an avenue. Yeah. Cloud, make my game multiplayer and make no mistakes. Is that a threat? You make it sound like a threat. Make no mistakes. How you doing, Johnny? Am I thinking of skill system / tech tree or equipment based for spells and range? I don't want to do equipment. So everything is going to be like items, kind of like Risk of Rain. I don't want to have any inventory management for the player character, and no classes. So it's just a basis of like the player kind of chooses what kind of playstyle they want to do and whatnot. There is an idea of doing like a rune tree or skill tree, which is kind of like your permanent upgrades / unlocks that you could select and choose. We'll see if we ever get to that from a scope standpoint. You know what I mean? You know, we'll see what ends up happening. Like, for example, wall running could be a part of the rune tree, but maybe it takes 3 ability points or something like that. I don't know, right? Like those could be ideas. Yeah. Jarvis, make the game multiplayer. Beep boop beep boop. Why are we saying beep boop in the thing? Are we a robot too? I hired 20 indie devs with 3 kids on average. If you fail, I'll fire them because of no funding. But where's the money coming from? Where is the money coming from? Okay, so kick. Do we say that the kick... How are we defining the strength? Oh, shit. Well, I guess we'll just say if you kick him with a strong attack, or even a light attack, we'll just count it as a kick. Fuck it. Fuck it, we'll count it as a kick. No, for sure, Ben. No, definitely get to it, man. Yeah, no, survival games definitely complement multiplayer very well. Let me get the punch in here. Punch / interact. Punch. Punch. Let's get the punch in here. Apply the tag. Ability. Damage type. Melee. Very good. Very good. Yes, I'm a gameplay tag kind of guy now. I use gameplay tags everywhere. Kind of. Not really. Not as much as I should be. A lot of things we could turn into gameplay tags here. We got a bunch of booleans, as you can see. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, a lot of booleans that we could turn into tags. I'm still a big noob in game dev. Huge noob. Enormous noob. It does feel so weird how, you know, after 10 plus years of doing this shit, of using Unreal, I still feel like it's weird. It's like I'm familiar with the engine more so than, you know, I guess beginners would be. But at the same time, I'm also like, I'm a noob. Huge noob. Should watch this? What's this? What's this? Oh, the feature overview? Is there anything interesting in this? Oh, it's a stream. Oh, it just went live. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care about new features. Personally. I just don't really, like, I do, but I also don't. You know what I mean? I'll take a look at it later, because right now it's like a very early live stream. Boulon D's, I'm creatively bankrupt. Well, if you're creatively bankrupt, but you're able to come up with that, you know, that's a banger right there. Rare Phi banger? What the hell? Okay, so we've associated damage type melee in here. Now, let's come up with a system for the enemies to be weakened. Yes. You can use PCG, might be good for you to upgrade. I'm going to wait until hotfix 571. That's usually when it catches most of the shit. I'd rather not upgrade and then end up in a stalemate. Like, obviously, I could always just create a duplicate. The problem is, I hate upgrading engine version because it's also really annoying because how do I... Every time I have to do source control and I have to do an upgrade, I have to basically just add that to the project and there's a bunch of gigabytes lost. Of course, I could always just eviscerate or whatever the fucking word is to absolutely just delete every single file permanently from the old version, but it's just annoying. I don't know what the proper workflow for that is to not make it a pain in the dick. I think most people would probably just add it and just eat the cost, because then that at least they keep the old files, I suppose, the old project, which could be needed. But we'll see. I did hear that there's well, PCG went into beta. I'm curious what kind of improvements were made on that front. Is it like performance improvements, stability improvements? Is it like feature improvements? Yeah. Yeah. The three you mentioned? All three? All right. I would assume so. I would hope so. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I did see they did some stuff for Gaz in 5.7, which is interesting. I saw a whole section just for gameplay ability system. That's how integral gameplay ability system is. It gets its own section. It gets its entirely own section. So, I think we'd want to choose which enemies would give you health from the get-go. Like when they spawn in, we'll give them a random chance to be like a health enemy. So then that way in the future, we can maybe add some sort of visual element to the enemy to show that, hey, if you get this guy low enough and then melee attack him, he's going to give you health or something. And then he explodes and gives you health. B drops health on death. Let's just do this. So this, in theory, would mean 50% of enemies will drop health. Technically, right? From a mathematical standpoint, if this is uniform, that means 50% of enemies will drop health. Ideally. And then let's try to find... how can we maybe show like a temporary... like a temporary way of showing this? PCG isn't in beta, it's production ready now. Oh, so in 5.6 it's beta. And then in 5.7, it's just production ready. What went into beta? What was it that what went in beta? Something went into beta. What was it that went into beta? Oh, was it Megalites that went into beta from experimental? Yeah, I think it is Megalites. I'm getting it all fucking twisted. Twisted like a strudel. What else are they talking about here? Megalites debug view. Megalites feels like one of those too good to be true features of Unreal Engine 5. It really does feel like it does feel like one of those too good to be true kind of features, just kind of like how they tried to market Lumen and whatnot. And Lumen is Megalites cost is mostly constant, similar to, I guess, Nanite. Megalites should be used with Lumen hardware rage. I think here's the problem with Lumen. I think Lumen is just not made for software GI. You know what I mean? I think it has to be used with like hardware ray tracing. I feel like that's what it's meant for. I don't think it's like meant, you know what I mean? Like someone needs the GPU to run it on. I don't know. I don't think I'm, as much as I would love to use Lumen, I think Ronin would be a good use case for it, but I don't know. Okay, how do we associate a health element on an enemy? We spawn a particle effect on them. I think for now, I'm just going to have a random component on the guy. Let's associate like a green emissive on this. Random green emissive. Oh, I guess not. Whatever, sure. Yeah, I went through and read it real quick, the notes, but... Hello? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I quickly scrolled through it. Now, what I'm confused by is right here, SMAA experimental. This I was confused by. Did they make it so SMAA can work in non-forward rendering, I guess? Is that what I'm reading here? SMA is the most overrated shit ever. Dude, listen. Gamers, when they see one thing and then they and they find out, wait, actually that's ass. All of the anti-aliasing has fucking caveats. Yeah, I remember scrolling through it a little bit. Yep. Media viewer. Yeah. Chaos stuff. Works with forward, but Giga artifacts as far as I remember. Man, I feel like there's way better ways of doing optimizations in deferred rendering than switching to forward. Like, I'm not sure why you'd want to switch to forward for a desktop platform game, to be honest. Fireworks effect. Let's make a fireworks effect. Okay, so we got a little, at least for now, green emissive effect. And then this will be our has health sphere. Baby shit green. Yeah. That's the color. That's the color. Set visibility. And this will basically, now we should see some enemies will have a green sphere above them, which means they will drop health on death if you melee attack them, and some will not, such as this one. Unless he does have his green sphere, maybe we'll see. Okay, I think I see a spider over there that has one. Okay, cool. Why are sometimes my hits not going through? Let me see that. That's pissing me off. Box. Oh, it utilizes hit enemies, but it's not clearing the hit enemies every time we call it. I gotta start doing that, like, we need to, like, a pre-attack function. Because this is gonna start causing problems. This is gonna start causing some real problems. Yeah. I just gotta stand up. I'm a bit agitated. What happened? Tell us about it without breaking NDA. What happened? Is it just the fact that you had to go to stand up that agitated you? Get out of bed, get in a stand up. Oh man, I gotta go to my computer, get on the fucking webcam and shit. Ugh. Yeah, alright. In a function, how do I use a delay? You can't. You can use a timer. Set timer by function. Call a different function. If need be. Stand-up comedy? That's just the entire game dev industry. What do you mean? It's all just one big skit. Did you see the tirade the Misery dev has been going on? Tirade? What is it? Fill me in on the drama. I want to hear the tea. The tirade? The tirade? That's like a angry speech of criticism. Oh, okay. What is it? Show me. Is it macros that use delays? Yes. Macros can use delays. However, they are not as, I don't know what the programming fucking word would be. The Stalker devs made him take down the game. Why? Because it was so similar to Stalker? No shot. To be fair, okay, when I saw it, I was like, this looks a lot like Stalker. They stole assets. Okay, if it's on a basis of like they stole assets, like, brother, what are you doing? He called GSC R word. Where's that at? On Twitter? Oh, there's an apology post? There's no basis for it. What the hell? The game doesn't violate copyright laws. It's perfectly legal, and you're allowed to sell stuff that includes someone else's property as long as it falls under parody? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Listen, I'm with the stalker devs on this one. I'm sorry. I'm with the stalker devs on this one. Just on a basis of morality, yeah, just on a basis of morality, I'm with the stalker devs on this one. What the fuck? What game was that? We don't need to give it any time of day. We don't need to give it any time of day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Just on a basis of morality, they're handling the developer or developers are definitely handling it like not professionally and like children. I think, dude, that's the dangerous thing with having a Discord. I think that's the dangerous thing with having a Discord sometimes is I don't know what it is. Some people I get like really, like even as a game developer, get really like immature. Am I Swiss? I was born in Switzerland. I don't know if I would say I feel Swiss though. I've been thinking about that these past few years. I don't know if I would associate, like I would proudly associate myself as Swiss, but I also just don't think I necessarily like. Last time I went to Switzerland, I felt so out of place. Like it did not feel like, it felt like home, but I also felt like I was not home either. I don't know. I know that sounds weird, but like I felt like an outsider. I felt very much like an outsider, even though like, you know, seeing the mountains and everything and whatnot. It was like seeing Cup. I was like, oh, Cup, Migros. Yes, that's the places I used to go to when I was a kid. It also just doesn't really, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like home either at the same time. It's weird. Do I speak any languages? French, but I've lost a lot of my French, to be honest. I can speak it, but definitely ghetto. It's like ghetto French. Your vibe is very Canadian, I would say. I think at this point, I think I've lived most of life. I think I lived the majority of my life in Canada, I believe now at this point. Yeah, the misery devs, that's not how you compose yourself. Listen, I understand going through a legal thing, but like, yikes. Yikes. Ooh, that's bad. You got a bill? I was joking, haha. Also, thank you for the cash gift, which in no way, shape, or form was regards to the joke. Haha. But this, seeing some of their responses to things, is oh, they're 19 years old. The developer is 19 years old. Okay, that's starting to make sense. Yeah. Tough lesson, still time to turn it around. I think when you do shit like this, I'm sorry, that's like it's going to take you a few years. You're not going to turn back from that like real quick. Just rebrand, then no one will know. I guess you could just rebrand. But then when people find out that it's you, it's like, you know what I mean, like yeah, I guess yeah, it makes sense. 19 years old. I guess it makes sense now. Another good news, Hytale is almost assuredly coming back at this point. Yes, we're back! The return from the corporate bullshit, which is Riot Games. It's just interesting that they sold out to Riot Games, which I understand. But then they had a lot of their game already made, but then Riot Games wanted them to basically start fresh. I just don't understand why that was a thing. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, I feel like it's coming out before the end of the year. I think, I'm going to be honest, Link, I think if it comes out before the end of the year, I'll be a little bit concerned. I hope it, like, works. But them having to do this acquire the thing back, whatever, will probably cost them, and they're going to want to recur those costs. Like, that is just a human thing, you know, at the end of the day, right? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to... If they're buying back the IP, how much are they buying back the IP for? You know what I mean? And in the case that they're buying back the IP, do they have the money out of pocket? He said the plan was always insanely early access if we got it back. I hope it works well, because I think... I don't know if the gaming industry space is truly open enough to that right now, but I hope it is. Did someone mention Riot Games? I'm sorry, Sonny. Where the fuck I am? Okay, so we need to drops health on death. Okay. We're gonna make the little golem guy. We're gonna give him the material because the enemy body, I'm gonna use their material. Or, okay, I want to make it so the melee attacks makes it so the enemy drops the health. But I wonder if that might get frustrating from a design standpoint. You know what I mean? Maybe we make it so they drop health no matter what. But maybe we make it so if you melee attack them, they like explode and they drop more health than they previously would if you did a different type of attack on them. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. Health shouldn't be dropped at all. It should be instantly leached. I think it probably will be like that, but I mean dropped as in like the health that they give you. Although it's always satisfying having shit drop out of an enemy and then you go suck it all up. You know what I mean? Like a vacuum. There's something satisfying about turning into a vacuum and you suck it all up. You know what I mean? And then you hear the ding, 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 ding. You know what I mean? Like Minecraft when they drop XP. Ding, 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 ding. The sounds they make and shit. Yeah. Guys, don't look at me that way. What don't look at me that way. Guys, you guys are assholes. Don't look at me that way. I really hate how we go through stages of game dev. Like, I want to do this, but I want to do this. It's annoying as hell. But isn't that also amazing? You know what I mean? That's also the beauty of it. And the drive, at least for me, the thing that pulls me in, you know, is the ability that you can do so many different things and you can shift from thing to thing. Whereas if you were to do a different thing, like let's say you were making some SaaS, coding SaaS, or making like a SaaS platform. God, that sounds fucking shit. You know what I mean? There's some fun about the ability to do so many different things within the game dev space. But that's what also makes the chance of failure so much higher, I guess, is the fact that you could go in any direction. I'd say just stick in a direction. Once you feel confident in something, just stick with it. And then there is there's an element of discipline, sticking it through, you know what I mean? I'm telling you right now, if we did not have a prototype playtest deadline date, I'd be working on the Friend Slap game right now. I'd be working on the Friend Slap game right now. Now, we might work on some of it later in the stream, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long we stream for. I don't know. Ideally, I want to start streaming 6 hours a day. But I need to wake up earlier. And then we would do 3 hours of one game and then 3 hours of the other game. Ideally. Although a part of me is telling me I should not stream the Friend Slap game and kind of keep it in my back pocket so I don't expose too much. But then I'm like, ideas don't really mean much. But then I'm like, but do they? I haven't even made a single line of code or even a single drag and drop, just stuck in figuring out what to make hell. Why don't you just start with just making something? Just make like a interaction system or something. Stealing your Friend Slap train game as we speak. I'm calling my lawyer. I got him on speed dial. You're not gonna like when he knocks. Or she. I still haven't figured out who the lawyer is yet. Yeah, right. Ideally, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, yeah, all right, all right. It's like telling a quadriplegic to paint the Mona Lisa. No comment. Hey, listen. With enough will, there is a way, right? Just making interactions, but I don't even know how to code. But do you want to learn how to code? That's the question. Do you want to learn how to code? No? Okay, then don't code. What do you want from me? What do you want? Even I haven't even wrote one line of code. Yeah, well, because you don't want to. I want to make a game. I don't know. Talk to like-minded people and work on something. What the hell? Sonny makes games. Sonny, you're right there. You're making games. I want a friend slap game where you all manage a commercial aircraft and you need friends to give people snacks and 2 to fly the plane. Now that's a good idea. Hey, that's a good ass idea. Who the fuck is this imposter? He's the better version of you actually making games. Wait, what the? Sonny, if it's worth anything, I didn't want to go into programming either when I went into Unreal and stuff. I thought I would just be doing like 3D and focusing on 3D and whatnot. But then I ended up just throwing myself in there, and I find that I actually enjoy programming more than 3D now. Now, that being said, everybody's brain functions a bit differently. Everybody is a bit different, right? I get that. So, yeah. Most game programmers can't program either, so you're in good company. Yes! Yes! Hell yeah. My brain was like, the fuck? Sorry, Sonny. Anyways, Sonny, what I was saying... You confuse me. I'm a senior animator at Game Studio. Maybe you guys go to the same studio. Is this? Yes. Everybody shut up. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna cry. He stole your Idle Island game? What? You need something to do in the air so it doesn't get boring when flying? Ah, you mean like stopping a terrorist takeover of your airplane? Or potentially calming down a child? Or maybe, I don't know, you have to get out of the airplane and clean the windows? Or you have to fight snakes on a plane? Oh my god. Dude, there's so much possibility for a friend slap game on an airplane. There's so much potential. Yeah. Yeah, this is giving me a headache, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know about you guys. I'm kind of doing something a little bit similar, but not. With my train friend slop game. I originally thought I was gonna be like, what if we have customers on the plane? I'm like, or on the train. Plane, train, plane, same thing. Okay, so the train is just a plane with no wings, right? Well, so what's a bus? What's a bus then? Streamer integration so viewers could be the passengers? Yes. Yes. Cooking. Cooking. Ask me any question about Sunny. I'll prove that I know nothing. You could just give fake answers, motherfucker. So now, if anything, actually, that's more sus, actually, that you just pointed that out. Mods? Mods? Where's my mods? 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 Where the fuck are they, man? I don't know what I would ask them to do, but it says a lot about you that you go to lying so easily. I'm a fucking game developer. Of course I'd go to lying. Whenever someone says, I'll buy your game, I'm fucking sus instantly. Leaked and clipped. Okay. So, we need to make it so when the enemy gets to a very low amount of health, they can get melee attacked to do an insta-kill and blow up into pieces and replenish the player's health. Yes, 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 yes. Can you stop joking around with the mods? You're scaring me thinking you're a schizophrenic. Or maybe I am. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? I'm not. I hope that I don't become schizophrenic or have mental issues when I get older. That shit's scary. That shit's scary. When someone starts losing their like memory and shit, that's a scary thing. I saw Rockstar post a video about RDR1 coming to Android. You don't think that might have been like a scam ad, right? It's real? Man, they're really trying to suck up everyone's money. Are they going to put, is there like a Red Dead Redemption version of like the shark cards? They got court fees to pay. God, being a huge company must fucking suck balls. I would want to be like as like low-key as possible. Become successful, but really low-key. Like no one even knows you exist except for the people that buy your game. It's also coming to Netflix games. You know a company's going fucking down under when they start doing shit like that. Yet you stream every move you make? Yeah, but like nobody knows I exist except for you guys. 99% of the people that bought Suit for Hire don't even know I stream. Let's keep it that way. Average cost for a 10-person studio is $1 million per year just in staffing costs. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah. We're on a salary of like, if we're talking, that's like less than 100,000 per year salary. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's low income in America. Kurt, want to see an area I made my game? Sure, man. With my own indie studio, currently at Ubisoft Toronto as a senior programmer. Being successful in India is still a dream/ideal scenario for me. I'm very lucky to be where I am, and yet I still procrastinate like an asshole. Very nice. Get some random rotation on those, or flip some of the trees. Randomly flip some of the trees. That'll add a little bit of variation to your trees, especially the big ones. The small ones I think are okay, without requiring to be flipped. Why are you still working on this prototype? You got slop to brew? I'm working on both. Listen, man, I'm not going to abandon this this due date. If you keep abandoning due dates, you're gonna just be a husk of a person, a husk of a developer. You know what I mean? Like we gotta pull through. Even though I sometimes look at this project and I'm not 100% confident in its ability to be a video game, I still have to pull through. Otherwise, who am I? What am I? What am I? I'm working on both. I'm working on both games. The slop and the non-slop. 4 games: Demon Sword, Slop Train, Idle Island, and Cumsy. Don't call it Cumsy. It's not Cumsy. And Ronin. Don't forget Ronin. Yeah. 5 games, actually. I'm kind of a game connoisseur. I make a lot of games. And abandon them like any respectful game dev YouTuber. So we need an indicator on the player character that they can be eviscerated. Which then means we need to put something in the body. Creator of games, releaser of none. It is I. It is I. We're gonna give all the enemies the same fucking material because I'm lazy and I don't heckin' care. The gremlin, I'm sorry, gremlin. You're going into the boiling pot. Get in the crystal. I fucking love that video. Get in the crystal. What are you even talking about? Get in the crystal. Get in. When's a zombie game? That'll be a good one or a shitty one. Listen, man, I'm a stupid, dummy game developer. I don't know what I'm doing. By the way, Bruce Lee is alive and exists in the Hitman universe? What? I tell my cat he has to go in the crystal all the time. Get in the crystal. It sounded like Venom. 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 Hurts my throat. Eddie. Eddie. Really hurts my throat. That's probably how he did that voice. He probably fucked up his voice. Process brain, processing. Enemy body, material. Go to enemy body. Add a material type in here that will allow me to modify okay. Opacity, wrong. This will be index 1, and it will be what is the terminology that we're going to use when an enemy can be blown to bits for health. Vulnerable. Yes. Vulnerable. Yes. Yes. So get a lerp in here. Throw a lerp in here. 0, 1 shall equal this, but it will add the color green. Ah! What the shit? I need time, and I need a sign to quit this game. I need a sign. You see what I did? I need to add need to add 1 to this. Divide by 2. I need to interpolate it again. Help. Help. Because this is now a 0 to 1 value. We're going to do 0.2 and 0.8. 0.1, 0.6. And this will be the vulnerable state. Okay, okay, yeah. Okay. Quadruple career, stand-up comedian, voice actor, live streamer, and game developer. Man, I ain't nothing. B is blowable. Mods? Someone's being sexual in chat. All right, now where is the taking damage code? Let me just... I probably should start commenting or collapsing some of these notes. Yeah, I really... taking damage. Ah, here we go. Here it is. Of course. Do you even have any mods? Yeah. Yes. As a matter of fact, I do. I think. Possibly. Kind of new to Unreal developing. Is it possible to create a game with just blueprints? You could do anything, yes. Although it is nice to have a little bit of C++. I would recommend having a little bit of C++ knowledge, you know, after a little bit. I would recommend it. Mainly because UE5 is... It's a bit of a beast to tame, you know? It's a little bit of a beast to tame. Yeah. So we want to check if the health is less than half of the default health. So we probably want to get default class defaults, class defaults. Hopefully, please tell me this gets the max health defaults. No, seriously. Please. This is going to get the class defaults of the base enemy character. I want to get the current class that we are. Class. Get class. Get class. Oh. Get class of self. Yes. Do you even have a chat? I don't know. Are you guys real? Oh, hey, great. I can't get the class because I guess I'll go fuck myself because I can't get... Oh, cast to base enemy character class. All right, pure, whatever. This is stupid. Uh, I noticed that chat made no sense. Hey, welcome back, Bane. Welcome back to the land of the living. Welcome to the land of the living. Okay, so we're getting the max health. I guess we want to take the max health, divide it by 3. So we're going to check if the health is less than or equal to a third of the max health. Then if we are, then we're going to set ourselves to vulnerable. Okay, so now we can test this out. We also, on top of this, need to check if we actually drop health on death. And if we do, then yata. Yata! Let's go! I don't know what yata means. I don't know. It's just a word I chose. Anyways, here we go. Our first contestant. Aha! He's ripe for the take. Sounds so fucked up. Never mind. I take back that joke. Bad joke. He looks like he's fucking taking acid. He looks like he's taking acid. But that's perfect. That's exactly what, well, maybe not. Maybe we do 0.1, 0.3. There we go. Ready to blow. No, he's not. Looks like he took acid, man. It looks awful. Looks like he just got like hit by acid, like an acid AoE or something. Anyways, whatever. Okay, so we got that. Now, what we can do is drops health on death. I guess let's just make another. Let's make another boolean called B is vulnerable. Okay, whatever, man. I hate the modern Doom-style glowing enemies ripe for the harvesting. What do you mean? Why do you hate that? Why do you hate that? What's wrong with you? It looks awful? What do you mean? The guy looking like he just took acid looks awful to you? How dare you? Yeah, this is the only way I can think of doing this right now. I'll probably find a different, like what I'm thinking is maybe like if they have health inside of them, instead of having like a green circle, we can make it so it's like they have like a crystal inside of them or like a core that looks like all you have to do is rip it open and you get like the core, which is like your health. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. And then we'll just make that glow when they're like ready to get attacked or whatever. I don't know. I was just thinking of some random ideas. If blah blah blah. If false, if true, explode in particles of blood. This is starting to look like the suit for hire damage event. Hey, listen, man. When you think about it, everything turns into suit for hire. Okay. Big fucking turducken. Okay. Bunch of shit. Yeah. Just a bunch of garbage everywhere. Okay, so I guess we do death. And we want to explode. To think this could have been a one-liner in C++. So this is a suit for hire reskin after all? No, it's not. It's a whole new game. A whole new world. A whole new world. Where the fuck I am, man. All right, we wanted to do death. What if this game was top-down? I think I'd rather die. Yeah. My shitty air filter? It's not shitty. How dare you harass my air filter? It does a great job of filtering the air. I think. Although I've been like sick for like a month and a half. I don't think it's real. I think it's a placebo sick. Or maybe I'm like really sick, which would, I hope not. That would be really bad. But I've been sick for like a month and a half. I've been kind of sick. Not like sick, but I got like a weird throat and my nose is runny and stuff. Wait, what if I was hit by the COVID? Oh my God. Oh my God. Had a bad case of weird throat a week or so ago. That's because you... Never mind. A friend of mine died with those symptoms? That's like a month. It feels like diet COVID. Diet COVID, huh? COVID zero, huh? COVID zero sugar? Wow. COVID, but with sugar alcohols? I got the runniest shits not long ago. Something is out there for sure. That's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. I know I might, you know, is there a language barrier here? Should I know something that I don't know after streaming for like 10 years? Okay. Duplicate death ashes. No, don't delete. That's not the button. Explosion death. Explosion death. Yes. Death explosion. Death explosion. Blowing particles. Yeah, that's a good name. Good name. Gravity force is 980. Oh, they're floating up in the air, I just realized. Why does it look like little tiny circles? hold on. I don't want this to be a loop. I don't want this to be a loop. I want this to be a one-off. Spawn burst instantaneous. Spawn count 500. Oh shit. Maybe that's too much. Okay, hold on. Then we need to do a velocity outward. Velocity. What are you guys saying? It starts like that, man. First those symptoms, then they didn't work on their friend slop game, and then they died. I'll continue their journey. What kind of friend slop game were they making? Wait, how do you do like a velocity? We want this shit to explode. Velocity. Something with a train? Okay. Okay. Something with a plane. Is it a plane or is it a train? I'm sure you could probably get that lost in translation. Plane, train, they're pretty close to each other. Something with a bus. Huh. Now I'm getting confused. I'm getting real confused. Ah. Hey. Stealing all three of those ideas. See you in the Bahamas, losers. This fucking asshole. Just stole our ideas. Where's the velocity? Which velocity is that? Which one? Sphere velocity? No, that's not it. It's a sphere. Force. Impulse. Linear force? No. Point force. Spring force. Vortex force. What? Can you move a little bit back, buddy? Sorry. My bad. Sorry. My B. Sorry, my B. Sure. Fuck it. Let's just try this. I don't know why the smart detection detected that. Was it the Forsen? Forsen. Okay, now we need to spawn a system. There we go. Add Niagara. No, I don't want to do a Niagara particle system component. No, I just want to spawn a system. Oh, wait. Maybe they did oh, maybe we did it that way because we need to set the skeletal mesh. I could just do it that way. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Death explosion. Explosion death. Yes. Move this over here. Do we have a timer in here that starts the begin dematerialize? Yeah, we do. We would like to clear this timer. I'd like to clear this timer. Okay, I guess I'm not. Begin dematerialize. Right? Yes. Begin dematerialize. I spelled material wrong. Someone spelled dematerialize. Materialize. Material. Wait, material? Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, no, that's the way you spell it. Yeah. Okay, so when this Niagara particle effect spawns, we probably want to hide the body. Set it to hidden in game. Yes, true. Okay, now we should be able to just straight up explode a guy in the game. As long as they have the green sphere. Okay, that guy. Okay, I can't do it to these guys. Okay, guys. It didn't work. I'm a little concerned. Hashtag melee and is vulnerable. If true, death event. Uh-huh. And then explosion. Okay. Well, it didn't work. Maybe I did it wrong. Damage tags? Damage tags? Yeah. Got the damage tags there. What's the likelihood that this is broken? Because it's not a direct input to the function parameter. What do you guys thoughts? What are the chances that oh wait, I know exactly what's going on. I know what's going on. Because that's a new variable parameter and we do a bunch of like custom death stuff for some of the enemies, they don't have it hooked up. That's the problem. Where's the damage? See? Right here. See? Look at this. Compile. Save. I knew it. That's really annoying. I'm gonna be honest. Having to do this every single time. Ooh, it's gonna be that's annoying. Hi, Unreal Pro. I'm Jovix. I'm not the Unreal Pro. I'm an Unreal idiot. Did I upgrade to 5.7? Nope. Nope. I'm a responsible person. I don't do shit like that. I'm actually very responsible. Some might say I'm not, which maybe they're right, but I think if you take the vector trajectory of the variable parameter and select the Boolean from the array, then you're just saying a bunch of words, man. Where'd you learn these? Stand up from today? There we go. Okay, remove the breakpoint. Continue. This guy should explode into a bunch of bloody... What the shit? What the... Huh? What happened? No, he exploded. Just not correctly. That's for sure. What if we just not attach it? I don't know if we need to attach it. You had some access none in your logs? Yeah, ignore those. Those are just something different. You can ignore that. Just ignore that. Are you stupid spider? Well, he's exploding. He's just not exploding in the way that I want him to explode. You know, just missing a few things. Maybe we have to manually activate it. So let's do this. We'll activate him after we've set all of the stuff. Okay. Test number 732. We're for some reason only in 60 FPS. Yeah, well, kind of. How can I read from the normals of the sampled position? I want the velocity to be from the normal, so multiply vector by float. Sure. And then we can do like 500 here. And then the vector can be... I guess the sprite alignment? No. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I need to see the rotation. I don't even know if it's setting the rotation. I think it is based off of the normal, but I don't know. I think so. So we should be able to use in the vector, we should be able to use the orientation. Or the tangent, which that's fine. We should be able to do sprite alignment. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Can I not do normal? The sampled normal? I guess we could do skeletal mesh location, sample normal. Okay. Should be correct. And then let's see if that activates properly. Let's see. And now I'm at 90 FPS. Okay, Unreal, you're kind of weird. Yes, he explodes into confetti. Confetti, exactly. Yeah, confetti. Well, you know, kind of. What is the blood that I'm... What's the effect I'm using for the other thing? Hold on. Slice. That's not it. Effects. Sword impact. I want to say this is the one. Nope. I want to say this is the one. Yes. The sprite is the default sprite material. Wait. That's not right. Wait. What? Wait. What? Particles, custom alignment. Oh, velocity aligned. What about the scale? How did I scale this? Oh wait, this is like a different kind of system. Initialize particle. Sprite size, 1 to 3, 2 to 14. Okay. Something about this just looks really weird. I don't know why. The other effect looks a lot better. Whatever. Maybe let's increase the burst. Let's do 500. Let's get crazy with it. Hey, yo, water check. I actually have run out of water. I need to get some more. Good call. Yep, got him. Noob down. Okay, sometimes the effect works, sometimes it don't. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. You know, what can you do? You know what I mean? Yeah, such as that moment. I wish I knew why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I really I really wish. Like, maybe we don't need to attach? I don't know. Fuck it. Let's try. I know this system works, but it works by adding a Niagara particle system component, and we keep the exact same stuff. So I'm not sure why. Like, I guess we could just add a particle system component to the guy. I don't know. I don't think spawning a system at location would really make that much of a difference. But maybe it does. I don't know. I just want the basic. I'm gonna go in the dev test level because, like, I'm gonna go fucking crazy if I have to keep testing this here. Okay, there we go. 4 of these guys. 2 of them should at least. There we go. A little bit of confetti. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay, and now we need to now what we need to do is when they die, do we either make it so they drop health orbs that you pick up and it goes, or do we just say fuck it, we just add the health to the player? I feel like them like spitting out health that you can use feels more satisfying, but would be a lot more work. Would be quite a bit more work, but it would be cool. Yeah. Also, how do I do that in a really optimized way? Are the enemies piñatas? I don't know. It could be. They can be. Why not? How do we do this in an optimized way, though? Okay, for now, we're just gonna add health to the player character. Surely I have something in here for adding health to the player character, right? Yeah, boy. We don't optimized? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Hey. Listen. How do I add health to the player? In fact, how do I damage the player? That's actually another... Maybe... Maybe we do it in like the stupidest way, but I'm pretty sure there's a function for it. Nope. We just set the health. we just set the health. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. We want to min. I've learned this. I was made fun of for not knowing if it's a min or max, and I will be remembering that, and the person who made fun of me. Yes, as a matter of fact, I will be remembering that. Are they banned? No, they're in a Discord, and they know who they are. They know exactly who they are. And, okay, this will regenerate 15 health. Okay, another thing we need to do, when they die, we also need to set hidden, not only their mesh, but also the health sphere, because it kind of looks weird. I'm sure we'll be able to juice this up real good. Well, I need to take damage. Okay, take damage. One more. Okay. I regenerated health! Yes! Yes! What would be cool is if, on top of the explosion death, what if we, it just looks too much... Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It looks too much like, what was the word? Confetti? It looks too much like Confetti Man. It just looks so stupid. It just looks so funny. Ah, whatever. Fuck it. Whatever. We keep it in. Ah, fuck it. Why not? Is this sprite material? It's emissive. Yeah, it's unlit. Why does it look like it's not? Why? The balloon popping sound effects doesn't help? Yeah, I do need to add some better... I do need to add some better melee sound effects. No, he's dead! And I can't... Oh. Yeah, if you kill them while they're green without taking it, I guess we do need to change that. Up you go. A lot of shit in here is placeholder for the prototype. Okay, now there's a reason to use the melee attacks. Very cool, very cool. Let's play sound at location. Some sort of like big blood gushy soundy thingy. Let me lower the volume on your guys' end so I can preview these. Yeah, I guess. I suppose that will do. Throw a modulator in there. Yeah. Very good, very good, very good. We got bad luck. There's only one of them. All right. Okay, sure. There we go. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Sure, whatever. I think it'd be a lot more fun, you picking up the little health orbs and the health going up. I think that would be so much more satisfying. When they die, though, we need to hide their orb. Death. 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 Technically, this means that we do not need to set it to invisible here because that operation has already been done for us. Yes. They just disappear. They just go poof. You know, there's something real funny about that. Yeah, that works. So now you can regenerate health, which is cool. That solves a little bit of a design issue, which is you have no way of regenerating your health. No shit. Now, I was thinking you'd have to do a strong attack to actually like pop it, which I think might be a good change anyways. So I'm thinking we might do that. I don't know. Yeah. So technically you could say, hey, I'm going to ignore the guy who's glowing. Never mind, I killed him by accident. Mother son of a... Or I'm going to kick him over there so I can leave him for later. Is that psychotic? Okay. Now, obviously, we could, like, do much better effects and 5 million different things that we could do. Little orbs that drop. Could maybe stay on the ground for longer so you can pick them up later. Many things that we could do. But it's feeling better. It's feeling more like a video game loop. Just with that one element. We need to make it so the spiders don't hit enemies anymore because it's just really stupid. And there's a little bit of like an element of damage control. You don't want to overkill an enemy, otherwise you don't get their health. Like that. So there's a bit of like strategy involved with it. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of fun. Which is great because actually the bow, you can kind of control how much damage you deal by powering it up fully or not. Cool. That's a good start, I think. But there's obviously more things that we need to do on top of that. Cool. All right. Well. Where are all the enemies? Oh, shit. Oh, interesting. I just realized something. We removed the ability for them to dematerialize, and I believe that's the way that they delete themselves. That would make sense. Okay, hold on. Where is that? Begin dematerialize. Right. We set their lifespan here. That's not good. Let's, well, I guess let's directly set their lifespan right here instead then. Whoopsies. I was like, where are all the enemies? Yeah, having a reward for killing certain enemies is already like definitely already a really good start to make it feel more fulfilling. So I think if we keep going in that direction, I think I'll feel pretty good about it, I think. Yeah. Give me your soul! That's fucked up. Hey, Danny, how's it going? And we could always make it so, wait, we just got him after death. Okay. Is that possible? You can do that? Apparently so. Which I don't know if I want to do that. Or maybe we do? I don't know. What the hell's going on? Someone help! Alright, well. I think that's a good start. It's already feeling a little bit more gamey. Having the risk and reward aspect of it, I think, is already good. Now we're getting the reward part, which I think is making the combat feel more fun. Yeah. Yeah. 10 minutes till I realize there's a bug with it. Listen, man, there's bugs with everything, all right? You get the bug out. Did I get Mordhau by any chance? I did not. No. I did not. I did not. As a matter of fact, I did not. Yeah. You should join my server and have a good laugh. Maybe one day. This is my first round of Riot interviews, and I'm building my own website. ChatGPT has been super helpful for this since it has a massive data set to refer to. I think in terms of coding assistance, web dev is probably one of the better ones when it comes to like making the front end stuff, I would imagine. Based on what I've heard, the front end side is a lot easier now. Riot mentioned. Sunny in pain. Oh, God. Feels like he just got stabbed in the heart. Anyways, 3 hours of sloppy toppy demon sword game done. Now I gotta do 3 hours of sloppy friendly multiplayer game. But I'm gonna do that off stream, I think. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, I think. I want to stream 6 hours from now on. I would like to. I would like to get to a point where I stream 6 hours. I would like to get to a point where I do stream 6 hours, except I just don't really have the energy. I don't know how streamers, dude, I don't know how streamers stream for like 12 hours. I guess all they do is like stare at the stream and, or stare at their fucking video games and don't do anything. But like when it comes to this, I turn into like a sludge, man. I don't have any snacks. And I got my fucking Invisalign. It's a whole thing, man. How does streamers stream for 12 hours, 7 days a week for years? I don't know how they do it, man. Weed and shit, I guess. Coming back, show me all the progress we did in these 3 hours. We got confetti enemies. Certain enemies will have a green orb above them that indicates that they have health that they can give you if you melee them when they're vulnerable. We got that in. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know how streamers stream so fucking long, man. I don't know how they do it. Maybe I talk too much on the stream. Maybe I need to talk less and conserve my energy. Maybe that's my problem. I need to conserve my energy. Seven more days till playing the best hack and slash on the market? I don't know if I would say that. I don't know if I'd say that. I don't know about that. More like playtesting a buggy mess. No, in 7 days we're doing first prototype playtest. I'm not getting Mordhau. No. If there's a game I'm gonna buy, it's Arc Raiders. Looks like a fun time. Maybe. Yeah, we got 7 days on the clock for the prototype playtest. What if I offer you Mordhau? No, don't worry about it, man. No, don't sweat it. If I buy a game, I'll buy it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Stream until 7 days, 7 hours, 7 minutes, and 7 seconds. That's a whole ass 50 minutes and 42 seconds. I just want you to witness my epic Christmas midget elf. What the hell? Okay. Why don't you just screenshot it? All right. Okay. What are some other things we want to do in these 7 days? Well, we need to get the overall loop going in. Ideally, it would be cool to do the item buff system, but I have no clue if I could do that within an acceptable amount of time. Yeah. Because we'll fuck around with a few things, see what happens. Maybe some new enemy variants, get some enemies that challenge the player a little bit more. I don't know. Check Discord general. Let me see this. Let me see this elf. Let me see this. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. I feel like Mordhau is my type of game, but I don't know. That's no elf. How do you know? Isn't Mordhau Dedge? From what I've been told, a lot of the players are mostly like veterans who will beat your ass into a pulp. It will beat your ass into a pulp. The Star Wars Battlefront 2 dilemma. It got to a point where people needed to make private servers because there's just hackers that would just crash servers in Battlefront 2. It's so funny. It's so fucking funny. Apparently it was like a streamer that would like get them to do that. I'm more excited for literally apparently one of the best Mordhau players or streamers or YouTubers to just make his own fucking game. And you could kind of say it's a direct competitor of my game. You could, in some ways. It looks really damn good. Yeah. Cool shit. Anyways. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow, which is already a Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Oh my god. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Friday. Tomorrow for Friday. Friday stream on a Friday. That's when a Friday stream would usually occur, which is on a Friday. I'm gonna go eat some food though. Yep. So thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chatting, sticking around. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Good times. Game is going well, possibly. I think it's still missing some stuff, but it's going okay. I have a good nutrient consuming session. Nutrients. Motherfucker, I'm eating sugary snacks that I don't have. Because I've run out of snacks.